Hey guys, this is part 2 of the toenail fungus trim with surprise infection. Don't forget, sign up for the channel, comment below, ring the bell for all of our fun videos. Again, this is part 2, so if you haven't seen part 1, I highly recommend you watch that one first. It's a good one. Enjoy. All right, here we go. It's so hard to be with these small toes, precise with this big old guy here. Very good. Are you recruiting me business?
I would recommend anybody you.
Oh, you're so sweet.
So far, been so good.
So far, oh man, the pressure's on. I like that so far.
Nobody put it on but you.
I'm sorry?
You said the pressure's on.
Yes.
Ain't nobody put it on but you.
That's a good way to think about it. And you're absolutely right.
I don't keep thinking about it.
Doing great, Angelica. So we got Caitlin on the camera, Angelica on the squirting. So if you don't appreciate her technique in squirting, I'll list her cell phone number in the comments. All right, girls, what do we want to do with this? Give it a good spray, good dousing. So I'm just like wondering, what is nail? Okay, there it is. And you were right. You were saying how you were concerned that Woo. And we're back. So what happened is our Dremel bit just flew right apart. And I was so excited. I thought it was the nail. I'm sorry?
Those little ends are not made for water, are they?
You know, not electronics, but power tools aren't necessarily my forte, so you could be right. It could be why.
I'm just talking about what goes on the end of there. I think it's got some type.
Relax that toe for me. So Caitlin, are you fully zoomed in for Angelica for future reference?
Yes.
Fully zoomed, and you're like 6 inches away from my hands, which makes it so much fun.
I know. But yes, I zoom 2.5. That's the clearest I've found. If you zoom any less or any more, the quality diminishes. 2.5 is like the sweet spot.
There you go. Okay, give us a good squirt. Good. Oh, not me.
Don't worry, they can see everything. I can feel Angelica's squirting the water. Everything's great.
It's almost like a 3D video, right?
Yeah. At least to me it is.
Yeah. Oh, I can feel her squirt me too. We're all taking a shower here. I think I'll be able to clean up some of those dry cuticles with that finer tip. Hit her again, Angelica. You see it start to puff up. That one was in my mouth. You can do it. Right before lunch.
You gotta keep you hydrated through this hot work.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's head to the next foot. All right. Thank you.
She's sleeping. Well, okay, just get her ready.
I think what happened
we're going to take her straight to the doctor. You know where a doctor's place is?
Was that cuticle just got so dry
To the what?
and built up. And so it started just overgrowing the nail. And I know a lot of people push those cuticles back. So honestly, if you keep it just well hydrated, obviously the repair would be incredible.
If you're suffering from thick or fungal toenails, apply repair once a day to thin them out. Also, it's an antibacterial to help fight any infections in the area. Massage gently into the cuticles on your hands or feet for those rough hangnails that stick on your socks and all that good stuff. Apply it once a day and you'll notice a huge difference in your toenails and skin, the cuticle area, within 2 months.
Are you doing okay over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you in awe? When's the last time you saw his feet?
Okay. All right. Bye.
All right, let's get a hold of the big guy here. I wish there was like a water Dremel that had a backing too. I mean, that would just be ultimate.
Business idea.
Ah, if there are any engineers out there, please reach out to me. I would love. Yes, you're exactly right.
Be careful who does your petting. People have ways of stealing things from
Man, you are right. Okay, let's get those fine tooth or the smaller bits. See if we can get here. So anyway, what I was saying is that repair will keep these cuticles clean without that buildup. So you don't have to worry about it going over your skin, and you don't need to have your pedicurist manually remove it for you with instruments, because it is a sterile barrier, and so when you open that up, that's whenever you open the window up for infection or fungus big time. You know, Angelica, will you grab a couple clean new washcloths, because I really feel like we're going to be able to go through it again now we've got a little more moisture on here, and to be able to get some more of this dead skin off. Thank you. Yeah. So I'll do this and then clean it up again. This is actually the healthiest nail. Just about. These aren't bad over here. This should be our Halloween special video. Yeah, I think you're gonna go viral. Yeah, it's just skin down here. Can you see that? Oh, relax your foot. Gotta be careful with this, the Dremel in the skin. Do not try that at home. What do your parents always say? Yeah. Do as I say, not as I do. Definite example of that. So when is the last time you think you were able to really get down here? You know?
Yeah. What I can do, you know.
Sure. I mean, you see, I need the right tools and a bird's eye view here. It's hard to get down there. Well, now we're going to take over, of course, and then do this every couple of months. But the first time's always the hardest. And don't you all get any perverted ideas out there. Okay, same thing here. Oh yeah, look at that, Caitlin. Always. What we gotta do.
What do people want?
Yeah. I would love to know like an easier method for just filming this stuff because
If I could get all in your
all up in my
face.
stuff, yes. The good news is when we do surgery, it's just a minute or so. Look at that dedication. Let's get a picture of Angelica. Look at her. Button head here.
It's like old times.
Right? Okay, we're back to the, what is this over here? So it looks like I got the majority of the nail. And there was a hole of infection in this area. And I don't want to be too aggressive with this where that infection is. But then the tip of the nail, which was about a centimeter or more thick, when I got it, the skin was all around it. And so I got a little bit of the skin with the nail. But what I'm going to have you do for that is, well, you'll be soaking your foot anyway because it's the same toe that has the that little opening, the infection.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is soak it daily, little warm water, Epsom salts, and then you're going to apply betadine. Betadine is a wonderful antibacterial. It's a drying agent. You should respond really well to that. I'm also, given that you're having these signs of systemic infection, I'm going to go ahead and get you some lab orders to double check to make sure that that is not, in fact, in your system. Have you mentioned this before? I think you said Baptist.
No, I didn't.
You didn't. So, because you told me that the
I probably should have.
nausea and all of that started 2 months ago, but yet you bumped your toe 2 weeks ago, and that's when it got infected. So what I'm thinking here is that the systemic stuff is probably not related to this, especially because this swelling is so localized to the toe. So I think that there's something else going on, but I'll get some blood work just to double check to make sure there's no red flags. We will call you immediately. You can just go to your, wherever you normally get your blood work drawn.
Baptist Hill.
But there you go.
Y'all are not with Baptist Hill.
No, we are on our own. We don't need them. No, I was kidding. No, they actually don't have any podiatrists on staff. So if you're, I don't know why. I know they have orthopedists, but no one at Baptist can or will do this. No, I did my residency in the VA system, and while it was a wonderful experience, you know, the red tape of, I think I waited 6 months to get a new pair of nail nippers, and we trimmed toenails all day, every day. And so I was like, I just didn't like all the red tape that it took. I thought, wow, this is an instrument. If I want to accomplish anything else, then forget it. So, how are we looking here? Oh yeah, look at that, getting clean. And what I'll do is let this dry and then dress it, because that nothing's gonna stick to this if I put it in there too soon, or it's too moist. Okay, now new gloves, please. So let's get a hold of these calluses. So I'm gonna have you hold your toes nice and back for me as much as you can. Wonderful. Okay, everything's nice and soft. Oh, well, this is a little clogged sweat gland. Look at that. When they have, and that's the difference between a callus and a gland, a clogged gland, is when they have this little core to them. So once we've got everything nice and dried off, I'm going to go ahead and put a little chemical on there called canthicur. That's going to help disrupt this gland from wanting to clog. And they do that. Some people come in, they just got crops of them all over, but these feel like little rocks on the bottom of your feet. and they hurt like the dickens. A lot of people go down and they just pop it out themselves.
Damn if she don't know what she's talking about.
Honestly, I'm thinking, I think I'm gonna have sushi for dinner too. I mean,
You got it going on.
I started doing this in my grandpa's office when I was 12. I trimmed toenails. So I was exposed to it and was able to pick up a lot of, what he discussed with his patients. That's mainly what I did, was stood there and listened.
Look where he got you.
I know. We had a good time too. It was really laid back, and that's why I wanted this office not to be, like the regular doctor's offices, not to sound, arrogant or anything, but just sometimes it's not really relatable. You feel very disconnected to your doctor because they don't act like human beings sometimes, and they just get caught up in their busy days. But oh man, this is a deep one here. This may be another clogged little gland, Caitlin. I think it is. Sure enough.
I don't know how you're doing this without a blade handle.
I know. Well, I'm like a, musician. You get calluses on the tips of your fingers and you don't even feel it. Although, where it's wet, it's making a lot of fun. I'll take a fresh 15, please. Look at you. Oh, you're a little smarty there, aren't you? She's like, I knew it. How satisfying was that, Angelica?
Very.
And that's honestly the sign of an excellent assistant, is they know exactly what you're going to need. Yep, clog gland again. So typically these will clog because the bone underneath here is called a metatarsal. It'll drop down a little bit more, and any excessive pressure just creates this isolated additional stress on the skin, and then the gland, it just clogs and it builds up to protect itself, because otherwise, if you think about it, if a bone's drop down, it's gonna wear a hole in your skin, and it can, if you have neuropathy or poor circulation, common in diabetics. Jinx me now.
Fingers getting tired.
Woof. Did you say Caitlin's getting tired?
Fingers?
Your fingers.
Oh, my fingers. They said
You had to work them, didn't you?
Yes.
All right.
I do. Some weeks I go home and I'm like,
using muscles you haven't used in a while.
what are you talking about? I use them every day.
That's your kill. I'm sitting on mine.
So let's see what's under here. I was afraid it might be open. We were kind of getting everything nice and moistened. But I think it's closed up, and it's another clogged gland. Okay. You have 3 clogged sweat glands.
What you gotta do, open them up.
I'm cleaning them out, basically. You almost like rim them out. You can think about it, this area like a crater, and the core of the crater has this big, gigantic rock sitting in it. So you dig down into the crater, pop the rock out, and then you treat it with the chemical we were discussing. And what you're gonna do on this area is keep it nice and clean and dry, the tape, of course, until tomorrow. So you'll do your first soaking and everything on this foot tomorrow, because we're gonna go ahead and bandage it up for you too. Look how deep those get. People say, oh, it feels like it's connected to the bone. It's on the nerve. Get really sensitive, especially when you're barefoot. Okay, so I think we're gonna do a third cleaning before we bandage everything up. Okay, let me get this out of the way. Okay, And dry all this. That's getting dry. I can't wait to see your feet next time because I really want to see all of this sloughed off. I've gotten off as much as I can, but you've still got some buildup that we can work on. Just a little dab in the core. Be really careful with this stuff. It's a very strong acid. Works great for this. Okay, one more over here. Thank you. And if you can tear off a couple pieces of tape. Huh? Simple. Betadine this whole toe, and then I want to do some gauze around it with like a little co-band. I think that would probably work best. Make sure that stays on there. Well, then you got a chance. You couldn't dance before. It's
When the feet get bad, just hard to count down on hurt the
It's
feet.
true. Absolutely. Okay, just paint that in there. This stuff is dirt cheap. I mean, I feel like everyone should have like a jar of this on hand for any scratch. Thank
What is
you.
it?
It's called betadine or iodine, povidine.
Betadine.
It's been around for 1,000 years.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That ain't no kind of methylate, is it?
No. We don't use that anymore. My grandpa used that all the time.
Oh, well, back during the day.
What's that?
Back during the day. You gonna say back during the day, I'm going back 70, 80 years back. They didn't have the technology they got now.
Oh gosh,
And
no.
the medicine,
Not at all.
you see. So there you go. You gotta look at it that way too.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for today.
I hope you guys have enjoyed it. We've had a really good time here. Thank you guys so much for participating. All right, don't forget, follow the channel. I'll see you next time.